These are the Spanish Diaries, and today I went to Marbella Beach. Hello and welcome to Titty TV. Our top story, a woman has wrinkly breasts. So, today I went to Marbella Beach. And it was really fun because I had this sunbed and I paid €5 for it. And basically I spent the whole day just lying on this sunbed relaxing, which was lovely. And I was texting people and such, so yeah, it was real fun. And at one point I decided, well, I'm going to have to go in the sea, aren't I? Because otherwise what's the point going to a beach? And I went in and it was really cold, I have to say, it's freezing. And I was like, oh shit. And I stayed in there for a while and, swam that bit. But the waves were really strong, they were like massive great waves. And that was real fun, I mean that was excellent. And then I went back to my sunbathing and I pulled the chair forward a bit so that I could get right in the sun. And I tanned a bit, obviously. And, basically I sort of was looking, just watching the beach go by and watching people. And I just noticed that all the women on the beach had really saggy tits. I mean, they were like really small. And I just thought that was hilarious. They're really small, and all these topless women on the beach, obviously. And I just thought it was weird how they all had tiny breasts. I mean, wouldn't you want to cover up if you had tiny breasts? But then there were the ones who took their tops off, and they were pretty large breasts. I mean, there was this one woman who took her bikini off, and she was just there, standing there, rubbing her breasts, just okay. And just sort of feeling her breasts to see if there was a lump in them or something. Just feeling them right in front of everyone. I thought, oh, that's weird. What else? Oh yeah, I met someone today in the hotel, which was really uplifting. I met these two people. One was called Max, the other one was called Paula, or Paola if you want to call it. And that was really good for me because, I hadn't talked to anyone in the hotel yet, and that was really good because, it made me feel like I could have someone there to sit with me when I'm having my dinner, which would be lovely. Because it is very lonely going there, and I realise when I come back to the hotel I feel really sad because I don't know what it is, it just feels like I'm sad again. When I was out, I mean, I felt really good. I suppose because I was learning about the town. I mean, it's easy to get lost. I mean, I got lost today. But I mean, I like that fact because I was able to find my way home again. But I'm really missing the English language. I mean, I long for people to speak English. On the beach, there was no one that I could see who spoke English. No. I mean, if you're on holiday, surely you should go to the beach. But there was no one. I mean, I couldn't see anyone who spoke English. They were all speaking, Spanish. And most of them were quite obese, I have to say, these people on the beach. And halfway through just lying there, I got up and I went to get Coke. And that was very nice, and I love that fact. I was just sitting there, relaxing on this sunbed in the gorgeous weather of Malaga. And, I was just sipping my Coke and having a lovely time, just watching people with my sunglasses on and my hat. I just loved that, it was beautiful. And then I had another drink a bit later on, and then I had an ice cream, and then I had another drink, and then that was it. And I said, after this drink I'm going to go home, and my feet were getting so covered in sand. That was the most annoying thing. But it was good though because I felt intelligent because everybody else seemed to have lots of sand on their bed. And I was like, well, it doesn't take a lot of common sense just to be practical and not get this sand on your bed. I mean, it's, or you have to keep your feet off when they're wet and all covered in sand. So, I mean, I thought, come on. It was a lot hotter today actually. I think because we're on a hill, that's why it's cold. But when you go out in town, it's very hot. It is, and you can feel the heat on you. So I mean, the sand as well is very hot. I like that, putting my hand in the sand and feeling it, how it was warm. And then after the drink, I went looking around the town, if you can call it a town. They often say things like a town's not a town unless it's got a HMV, which is very true. I mean, we are in Spain. But there's not one McDonald's. I have not found one yet. And there's nowhere not a real supermarket. I mean, that's what I want. I want a supermarket so I can buy some water, I can buy a book. I want to buy like a writing book to write down all my notes and things. And there are 3 Spanish words I just have to learn, which are hello, which I think is hola, hola, and thank you is something I've got to learn, absolutely got to, because I keep saying thank you in English and they don't understand. And sorry if I bump into someone, you know, because I do that. I say sorry so that if I bump into someone slightly, oh sorry. So there are 3 words I've got to learn. I mean, hola, I think is hello. So hola, because that's what they all seem to say when they greet you. Say hola. But you know, even the Spanish bit, you talk to Spanish and they don't understand it, and they just shout at you and they say favor, and you know, so that's, you know, it's hard to communicate with them because they're Spanish. I mean, you ask someone a question they don't understand, and then, you know, oh, the one thing I really hated about going to the beach was people who kept coming up to you and saying, would you like to buy sunglasses? Would you like to buy a handbag? Would you like to buy these your watches? And you knew that they were stolen. They had to be stolen, these watches. You had so many of the things, and they're all shining. I bet you stole them. And it was so fucking irritating. You just felt like going, oh, fuck off. I'm trying to relax here. Fuck off. Fucking piss off. I mean, I don't want to be irritated every 5 minutes by someone saying, would you like to buy a watch? And they don't piss off. You mean they tell them to piss off. They don't piss off. You know, I said to you, I said, no, thank you. I'm fine. You know, and they said, oh, come on, you buy. And I'm like, fuck off. I'm trying to relax. And you just like feel like saying fuck off to them, because it's like, you don't want to buy them. This person who was selling sunglasses came up to me and said, would you like to buy some sunglasses, mate? And I was like, I'm wearing sunglasses, why would I want to buy some more? But the thing I think was really sad was the fact that, you know, I was on my own and there was no one to talk to or anything, which was okay. I mean, it didn't really bother me, but the fact, you know, there were so many romantic couples, and there was this one guy on the beach, you know, who just sort of was holding his girlfriend, and then he suddenly put his hand down on her bum and started squeezing it, and I thought, oh, what's going on here? So I think that's long enough for today. So yeah, I think I might delete my other video that I did earlier because it's a bit sad and depressing, and you don't want to listen to that really. And I really do hope I can find Max and Paolo again, because I mean, they are the key to the happiness. And yeah, I mean, I really hope I can find them again. Otherwise, you know, I'm gonna have to find someone else. So yeah.